This one we're going to implement Stripe to accept our payment processing. Go into your Stripe account and we are going to go to your account and go to account settings. Go get to your API keys. We can copy all of these keys. The test keys are like, when we're testing just like we're going to do. And then the live keys are the one that you're going to use when you actually want to go live. So let's go ahead and copy this first one. Go back into our project. Under the main folder settings, we're going to add a new folder here, or a new file, excuse me, and we're going to call it stripeinfo.py. And then we will call this one the test, well, we'll call it the secret key, and make it a string. Put a note after it and say test key. Okay, so then we'll take the test publishable key, and I'm just going to call it pub key, just for short, and then we'll do test publishable key. Might as well call that secret key, and then we can just copy this to live and live, and we can comment out the whole lines there, and let's just grab these, paste those in. And of course, if you ever need to regenerate them, you can do. If you ever need to regenerate them, you can just click that, and of course, if you ever need to regenerate them, you click any of these, and you can block the old keys right away or allow it to work for 12 hours. This could be useful if you had another developer working with you and you needed to reset the keys. So yeah, there's that. Okay, now that we have that, good. So those are ready to go. And now we want to actually go into subscriptions under here, and we're going to go to plans. So this is where you can create plans. We can do this by code too, but might as well just do it now. So we'll do premium, and then we'll call it premium. And the amount, just some arbitrary amount or whatever amount that you think is valuable for the market. $19.99. Your service could be worth $2.99. I have no idea. You can do in very different intervals, which is nice. You can even set a custom one of months or weeks, which is also nice. Of course, you can't do dailies. If you want to do dailies, I don't know what you would do exactly, but you could charge them each time and just run code that way, but we're not going to cover that. Trial period days, this is useful, so you could do 7. So basically they sign up for this. They're not going to be charged right away. They will be charged within 7 days, which is also kind of cool. So let's put a trial period. We'll do 7, and then our premium account, we will say it is $99 per month, and then we will create that plan. Okay, so now that that plan's created, we can start loading in subscribers to it. So let's go ahead and do that within our code. So open up terminal, close out the server if it is running. Okay, so now we're just going to jump into the shell. So we'll do python manage.py shell, and then we're going to import Stripe, and then we're going to go to from matchmaker.stripe info, import secret key and pub key, and of course that information is this Stripe info, right? We're just grabbing that. Real quick, we can just type out secret key and it'll show us that same information there. So we can do stripe.api equals to secret key. All right, and that for reference is in the API. So if we do, like, let's say for instance customers, like we're going to do now, we're going to create a new customer, there is that information right there. So we would just do that. That's exactly what we just did. So now we need to get a user object, so we're going to do from django.contrib.auth.models import user. Now you don't have to remember that, but I use it all the time, so just remember it off the top of my head. So we'll do user.objects.all. Let's just kind of see what we have. So we have a few different users. So we'll just do j equals user.objects.all, and we'll do 0. So j equals jmitchell3, and then if we do that, j.email, we get our email. Perfect. So this is what we're going to associate to that specific Stripe customer. And the way we're going to do it is pretty simple. So we'll do stripe.customer.create, and we'll do email equals to j string of j.email. And it looks like our API key did not go through. We'll do stripe.api key equals to secret key. Let's try that one more time. And it looks like it's working now. There we go. So now we have this new customer, and we have this ID for that customer. And again, we can go into Stripe and go to customers, and this new customer should show up, and it's by the email, and there is that customer. And you notice there's no cards or subscriptions or anything like that. That is okay. So if we wanted to add this customer to that subscription, we can do it in here and just choose one, or we could do it with the code, which is the preferred method for what we're using, and we can do it right here. So this is the method on how to do it. We go back into our terminal, and we can literally just copy that. So we'll do C equals stripe.customer.retrieve, and we're going to grab this same customer ID. Looks like it might, no, it's not the same one. Then we paste that there, and we're grabbing that customer that we just created, which happens to be me, and then we'll do C update subscription, and then we'll do plan. This has to be the ID of the plan. So going back into our plans, we will go and click on plans here, and the ID is what we set within our plans. And in this case, we set it as premium, but if we change that for whatever reason, we would want to indicate that. So premium is the plan, and it has to be lowercase. And then there's an option to do prorating. Here's all the different options. We can assign a coupon to it, which we're not going to do yet. We can assign a card to it, trial, all this stuff. How many they're going to do, application fee if there is one, all types of things, which is pretty cool. I am not going to do any of that stuff. I'm just going to create the subscription, and there it goes. So here's the plan. The amount is $99.99. So the decimal would be right there, of course. US dollars. Premium month interval count is 1. Live mode is false. And premium, we got a lot of stuff going on. Pretty cool. Application fee, none. We have all this data. Then we have some time codes here that we will discuss later. But this is basically telling us this person is good. And it gives us this status that they are trialing it, that they're not like a current one, or it's not true. So they are in the trial, and it tells us when it starts and when it ends, which is also pretty cool. So back into our code in the terminal, we need to start assigning these things. So we've done it before where we've assigned an ID. We're going to have to do that again. The customer ID, and then we're going to have to assign some of this plan information probably into their profile. And that is also a good time when we do these assignments, is to change what their role is within the site. And when these assignments change, when their subscription changes, perhaps their role also changes. So let's go ahead and start doing that in our views, but we are going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to do like a page specifically for enrolling or subscribing to this website. So we'll collect their credit card information, and we'll have our code go through this stuff all over again. All right, so we'll see you in the next one.